because the Bears were hanging on beautifully, but this is the problem area. Gary Larson, early in the tackle count, pops one out the back, doesn't go to Wyken, it goes to Jason Burnham for the other team. A little bit of luck, you said. Well, a lot of luck. I think the Bears may have had this covered, but you don't get a better bounce than that, do you? Straight off the upright, back into the hands of the halfback, who was well onside. Couldn't have been better placed if Laurie Daly had tried to do that. And he's over, just inside the sticks.
Ruben Wiki and Todd Payton coming to the sideline for a rest on the bench. There's the try scorer, 12th of his career.
Well, it's a problem, isn't it, when you're fragile up the middle of the ruck, and that last couple of sets of 6 for the Raiders have really shown North struggling in that area. Just a ball back inside, plenty of numbers there for the Bears, but they were waiting really to see what was going to happen. Goddard goes fairly high. Sears, well, he was over the top as well. Just got shrugged off. He got hold of the football on Luke DeVico, but just gave him the big shrug. His second try for the season. And a very important one. It's got the Raiders back in front on the scoreboard, and they need to get a roll on before this half-time break.
And Canberra are starting to carve North Sydney up here at Bruce Stadium. 16-8 with the kick to come.
Just a wealth of possession, isn't it, for the Raiders? And the Bears are struggling all over the park. They could have gone left or right there, or back up the middle of the field. In fact, I thought that was where the big hole was. They decided to put it through the hands. Burner does the right thing, draws his man going sideways, and Mullins just a simple run into the corner. But it was excellent work from Woolford. That's what sucked a couple of defenders in right near the dummy half area. Him getting across field, through the hands, Ferner. Mullins, who scores plenty, has got over for his 12th of the season. Just manages to stay inside the corner post.
Featherbridge had no chance of stopping him. He was posted out there on his Pat Malone. What the technology's there for.
I just personally think, looking at this angle as well, you'll see he loses control of it at this point, just before it gets down. You'll see it. See it bounce, I don't know.
I agree, Mario. No, I think he hasn't got control of that, and it should be ruled a no try. In slow-mo, it may have just looked like it was, but, well, turn that up.
It's all interpretation, mate. It's all interpretation, and the bloke in the box who makes the decision.
You've got to have some control of the football, haven't you?
Canberra were always confident. All of the players had retired beyond their own halfway or into their own half of the field immediately.
We'll take nothing away from Rod Jensen. Beats one defender, goes through a couple of others. Still in the tackle of Jason Taylor there when he slips it inside to Williamson, and of course that has been ruled a try. The long ball playing halfback there was Corvo. Goes through the hands of McFadden and Daly, and then Jensen did all the good work on the inside. Williamson did well just to stay alive, put himself back on an onside position and got over.
If that's a try, I'll give up forever. 24-12 for the Raiders. McFadden gets his second try of the afternoon, and he can't believe it, Gary Belcher.
Yeah, a couple of North Sydney defenders there would be embarrassed with that effort. Look at the depth of McFadden. He just has plenty of time to get to the line, ducks straight underneath. I think it was Glenn Morrison who had the chance to make a one-on-one tackle. They waited for him for a moment. He goes to the line. He has a player inside. O'Mealy and Morrison both got there, and neither one really committed to the tackle. Almost waiting for the other player to go in and make it. I know he's a small player, but you still have to go in hard. And McFadden, his second of the day, and that one was almost as easy as the first.
And he's whipped the headgear off.
Just to give the rest of us a look at what he really looks like. All we ever see is the headgear. We think he looks a lot like Mark McClendon, but without the headgear, he does not.
Gary Larson doing plenty of talking. The elder statesman of the North Sydney side. They're in plenty of trouble, the Bears. That's his 9th of the season, and it's 30 points to 12 now at Bruce Stadium after 51 minutes.
Well, fair dinkum, they have gone soft, the Bears. Laurie Daly was held up. They have the scrum, and first tackle, an inside ball. How many North Sydney defenders are there? Well, he slips out of Jason Taylor's tackle with ease, carries a couple over the line, and manages to plant the ball. Just an inside pass, very, very simple. Taylor coming across on the inside. All he ends up with is Jason Taylor's boot. One shoe on, one shoe off. Drags a couple over the line. A very, very strong man for his size. And he has time to look up at the ref and say, hey, I got it down.
30-12. There's the try scorer. 75th of his career.
Player like Laurie Daly on your inside, all you do is run into a hole and he'll put the ball on your chest. Look at that. Croker outside of his man. Michael Buettner came up and in on nobody. Jason Croker, a speedy player, plays a lot in the forwards but plenty in the backs as well. Daly, one off the ruck, going sideways. They're all waiting for them, the Bears.
How would you like to be Matt Sears, Gary, every time he looks up?
Well, the problem there for Michael Buettner was that there were players on the inside that Laurie Daly cut out. That's why he had marked up a little bit in tighter. But Jason Croker, how simple was that for him?
This is becoming embarrassing. The North Sydney Bears are shattered. Jason Taylor, speechless. What a season for the Bears. Croker, a couple of tries today. And Williamson getting plenty of kicking practice. That's try number 6 for Canberra in this game. The 9th in total for the match. Version from wide out. 21 out. Looks good as it leaves the boot. He's going to rub some more salt into the
3 in a row. That's the turnover. The ball went back and some good desperation in there. Damien Kennedy diving it on for the Raiders. A couple of tackles later, the ball comes out wide. Furner, a great pickup on the half volley. Gets one over the top. Buettner's caught out coming in. And you just see that quick hands from Vainicolo. Buettner coming back. Goddard's out there as well, doing a bit of extra work, the hooker, but he got wrong-footed by Croker, as did his teammate. And Croker, 3 in a row for the Raiders.
11th try of the season for the Canberra lock forward. And he's absolutely loving this afternoon. 40-16.
Well, he's just joined Brett Mullins at the top of the try-scoring list for the Raiders this year. Both of them on 12 for this afternoon. This is David Furner with a bit of a bust, and you watch this little flick out the back for Rod Jensen. A great run from him. Just manages to get inside of Sears. Petherbridge hangs onto him a metre from the line. 2 tackles later, the long ball comes from dummy half. Croker, 2 men to beat, shows the football. Well, that cover defender, David Hicks, all he got was the big fend from Jason Croker. As I said earlier on, very strong and very dangerous that close to the line. Great long ball from Wolford. Saw there was a lot of space out wide. The Bears struggling to get out there. And that tackle a metre from the line, well, it had to be made or he scores, and Croker does just that.
Well, I guess I'm stating the obvious, Gary, but inept is the only word I can really find to describe the Bears, particularly in the second half.
It hasn't been a good afternoon, it hasn't been a good season for a North Sydney Bears player or a fan.
David Furner from 20 metres out and 9 metres in from touch will attempt the conversion. There's the man that scored 4 tries this afternoon for Canberra, Jason Croker. That makes it 12 for the season. Can Furner land this from wide out to take his team to 48 points? It's in. Has struck it quite well, but it's just waved away. It only missed by an inch or 2.
We were. That's what we came here to do. You know, I let the side down with the goal kicking early, I thought, because although they came back strong and we're probably always going to win the game, you know, we're 8-0 and they scored 2 tries and it was 12-8. It should have been 12-all. That would have made us feel a lot differently as the game continued. As I say, they were probably always going to win the game, but you know, in the end, it was embarrassing.
The try by Petherbridge just before half-time would have given you some hope going into the second half.
Yeah, it did. Look, we thought in the room at half-time that we could win the game. You know, the Raiders are playing for a semi-final spot, and that probably made the difference in the end. We're struggling. We've got a lot of injuries. We've got a lot of young guys out there doing their best. It's great experience for them, but you know, it's hard to come up against sides like that when you're under strength, playing against a team at their home ground, playing as well as the Raiders did today. It's pretty tough.
They're a side that can get on a roll, aren't they, Canberra?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We were on a little bit of a roll early, but once they scored those couple of tries, you're dead right. They're very hard to stop.
Well, Jason, appreciate your time, mate. It's easy to talk after a win, but after a loss, we appreciate it.
Thanks, Muzzer.
Good luck next week. Jason Croker, 4 tries in one game. You had a few smiles on your face. Although it wasn't easy early. North Sydney hit an 8-point lead and obviously had to sort things out.
Yeah, we didn't start off too well in the first half, as everyone knows, and you know, we had to consolidate our win and get a few points on the board, which we did.
Well, you got a bye next week, so this was effectively a 4-point game.
Yeah, you know, it's handy to have a bye this late in the season, and it's a week off, so we'll just relax and take it easy.
What about you walking the semi-final tightrope? Good win today. Obviously confident within the camp.
Yeah, we're pretty confident the last couple of weeks. You know, we just got to keep winning week in, week out, and keep the pressure on the teams that are in front of us.
Before we go, have you ever scored 4 tries in a game in first grade?
Yeah, once before. Yeah.
Oh, mate, fantastic. Good on you, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
There he is, boys. 4 tries. He's done it before, so that's no problem.
Okay, Mario, good on you. Jason Croker certainly had a fine match this afternoon, bagging 4 tries. Repeating the full-time scoreline at Bruce Stadium in Canberra, the Raiders 46.